It is 20 minutes past midnight on Tuesday, July the 1st, 2025. I was just about to go to sleep when I thought I would take up my laptop and my microphone and record a video before I go to sleep. I'm just going to talk about my weekend, how I spent it. I have a video on this that I made, I think, on Saturday evening when I came back from Niagara Falls, but I'm not so sure. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I'm going to talk about certain specific topics multiple times until I make some progress or I feel that I have picked up a few tips on how to communicate clearly on those particular topics. So let's talk about Niagara Falls again. So 2 days ago on Saturday, my friend came visiting from Calgary, which is a long way away. I live in Toronto. He came to Toronto, and the purpose for his coming was for a brief vacation with his family. So he was coming to hang out with me and some other friends of his. On Saturday, he left his lodging at an Airbnb, drove with a rented car because he didn't drive to Toronto, he took a flight. So he drove his wife and child in his rented car to my place in downtown Toronto. And then he and I and the family, we drove down to Niagara Falls, and we had a really nice and entertaining day. So it was about a 2 hours 30 minutes drive, which was really long, but normally it shouldn't be that long because on this particular day there was some traffic on the road, so that wasted a bit of our time. Yeah, but the drive was fun. I felt very sleepy on the way, and I took at least one nap for about 30 minutes, and that cleared my eyes. When we got there, we were a little bit confused. It looks like the map was not very accurate because it dropped us at a place that's supposed to be Niagara Falls, but we didn't see any waterfall in sight. So my friend had to find a place to park, and then I stepped out of the vehicle to ask people around to show us to where the Niagara Falls is. I met a gentleman and a lady. They seemed like siblings, and I stopped them and asked them if they could show me to where the Niagara Falls is located. And they basically just laughed and told me they were about to approach me to make the same request, which I found kind of funny. Yeah, so I just looked for someone else and asked where the Niagara Falls is located, and they showed me. So we went there. I think downtown Niagara, if they have such a thing, is built around the Niagara Falls. It's a booming economy. There are lots of games, lots of small businesses around, pizza parlors, game houses, and Halloween shops, souvenir shops, and all those kind of things to attract tourists or people who come for vacationing and so on. Yeah, that's a side note anyway. We drove to the Niagara Falls. We found a parking space. We parked the car and then got out and walked to the falls. The first thing we wanted to do was take a trip or take a tour in one of the cruise ships that go toward the fall, because the waterfalls are not super close, so you have to take a short boat cruise when I say a cruise, you might picture something that's really far from where people are, but basically we are just approaching it like super close so that we can actually appreciate the sheer magnitude and sheer volume of the water that's falling. Yeah, and they gave us these plastics to cover ourselves because when you approach the falls, the mist is usually really powerful, or it's really thick, and sometimes it feels like you're being beaten by the rain. Yeah, so we took those nylons and they helped a bit to keep us from getting soaked. Yeah, so I took some pictures which I'm not going to show you now just because I don't have the time to edit the video, but hopefully in one of my subsequent videos I'm going to do that. Yeah, so we took the boat cruise, which was really fun. We stood by the railings and took pictures of the falls. Make sure we took pictures of ourselves as well. It seemed like a very, very short distance, but as we approached, it seemed like the road became longer the more we approached. I don't even know how to explain it. It is possible that our boat was not actually moving at the pace at which I thought it was moving. Yeah, because it took a while to actually penetrate and go really close to the falls. When I looked up the falls, it was like I could just maybe take a few steps and now get to the base of the waterfall. But with the ship, we felt the ship having the impression of moving, but it felt like we were on the same spot. Anyway, yeah, so we took pictures of the falls. It was really impressive. It was awe-inspiring. It was like a very big curtain that is placed over an entire cliff. The water was white because of all the foam. So when it fell, it made the sound was impressive as well. And then the base of the fall itself, where the water is pouring down, was also like a bubbling cauldron, a supermassive cauldron of bubbling water. That's my own way of trying to paint it vividly. Okay, what else? So when we finished the boat cruise, we came out of the water and had something to eat. I ate a chicken burger, and drank a cup of latte and some lemonade. From there, we went to get our tickets for the zip lining. It cost $42 per person, which I thought was quite expensive, until I found out that the video of you that they record, you have to pay another, I don't know how much it was exactly, but it was something like another $40 or so to get a short video clip, maybe 60 seconds or so of you as you were riding. I paid for that. I haven't yet checked it out. I was supposed to scan a certain code they gave me and download that video. I'll need to download it before it expires because the video is not going to be online forever. After the zip lining, we went for a walk along the cliffside. Went very close to the top of one of the falls, and really appreciate the magnitude of it up close. One last thing I would like to mention is that this Niagara Falls is at the boundary between the US and Canada. So as we went there, we could see the US on the other side. There was something like a I don't know how to describe it. It was like a valley. So the entire area or structure is like a huge valley, a huge deep valley. On some parts of this valley, on some of the cliffs on this valley, some sections of it, you have the waterfall falling, 2 sections to be precise. And on one side of this valley, we have the United States of America, and then on our own side, we have Canada. So it's actually a shared location. I find that kind of interesting. Alright, so when we finished everything, we got into the car. My friend and the wife bought some ice cream, but I didn't buy it because I wasn't in the mood to eat ice cream. So after they finished, we used the restroom and then got in the long drive back home. I slept again on the way. I took a nap, maybe 20 minutes or so. And then the drive back home was not as long as when we were going. And I think that's because there was no traffic on the way. So we just, took about an hour and 40 minutes or so to arrive at my place. My friend dropped me first and then continued on to his house. Yeah, I did make sure to check on him to make sure that he got home safe with his family. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, I think we are at the 12-minute mark. I didn't have any set time or set duration for this video, but I think 10 minutes, give or take a few minutes, should be a good enough length of this video. I am still improving. I catch myself from time to time using filler words. It is not the worst thing in the world, but if I cut them out, it's going to improve my communication. So this is going to be my challenge in the upcoming videos. And then also, I think I need to change or shift from using my laptop webcam to using an actual camera, and making sure that my look, my eye contact is strong, it's confident, it communicates, it supports my words to communicate and provide a more engaging experience. If I was talking to someone, if I watch this video, I think I will see myself blinking too much, looking like flitting about, my eyes flitting about too much. But something focused, something not like creepy level of focus, but having a strong gaze. Not strong, maybe strong is not the best word, but a very focused and very confident gaze would really make my communication stronger. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye.